Radiohead. Yeah, I decided to do Radiohead re-listens. You know, I thought that'd be exciting. I'm actually really glad I did these, even if they haven't really been performing in comparison to other videos. The reason why I really like doing them is because actually sitting down, making sure to analyze each songs, I don't feel like I've done that to this degree in my, listening habits, listening to Radiohead. I feel like it has added a certain new layering or appreciation for these albums. And again, Radiohead's been my favorite band for years, and that's why I'm doing these re-listens. Because I feel most of the time I'm so stuck or entrapped in this sonic state or emotional state. Like you don't really need to apply this lyricism or like how thematic this is front to back, but it's worth it. It's worth it. We're already on Amnesiac. This album that sort of was, these songs were recorded during the same sessions as Kid A. I do think that Amnesiac, I have appreciation for this one. Like, I think it's slightly underrated as I've come back to it because, it wasn't one of my favorite projects initially. But fuck, it's fun. It's fun, and it even has a different sound, I'd say, arguably, compared to Kid A. So to think, that these were all being made around that same time, it kind of shows the amount of different sounds they have. Okay. This song is sick. This is a fucking killer song. Turn that down. Wow, that bass comes in right away. That little part in the back. Your mood in Tom. A little bit more energetic. First song owns everything in its right place. This one is, he has more control over himself, it feels in a way. Again, I don't know why I'm connecting. This is 3 albums I'm connecting now. Fun. This is a very fun song. It's sort of, there's a lot of a repetition with its backing electronically that I'm just like, I really sit in. I guess when it comes to repetition electronically, it reminds me of Idiotech. Except Idiotech is really in your face, really fast paced, you're really feeling that. Here it's a lot more like relaxed, laid back. Oh, I don't know. There's certainly a weird specific sound to this one, right? That stands out. Lyrically, I want to know what's happening here lyrically, because again, repetition of lines. After years of waiting, nothing came. So someone's waiting for something forever as your life flashed before your eyes. So suggesting that someone was waiting for something until the day they fucking died, and sort of the day that they're dying, or the moment that they're dying, there's sort of a a shift on how they thought about this specific person. And again, it comes back to this years of waiting, but this time saying, like, you realize you're looking in the wrong place. So finding out, and again, it doesn't say this at this point that this person's, as their life flashed before their eyes in this point, but I'm just assuming maybe there's still this connection that they are, these thoughts or these like sort of epiphanies are all happening when it's already too late. So telling to someone that they're looking in the wrong place, at this point, what are you supposed to do? You know what I mean? Okay, you looked in the wrong place, but there's nothing you can do now. It's over. So in a way, this album's actually starting off very, I don't know, I do see like a sense of nihilism, but there is like maybe a sense of optimism because, you know, this sort of sense of worry or like confusion and longing that's happening on Earth is over, right? But again, we're getting this from a different person's perspective. The person singing this song is not the person who's like in this state, and it seems like this person is almost trying to, you know, defend themselves, right? Like try and you know, I'm a reasonable man. Get off my case. Get off my case. Weird. I think the reason why I think this is weird because it almost feels like this character does not, to me anyways, does not give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like, is not actually caring about the struggle that this other person went through. Instead, there's sort of like a frustration. Like, oh, now you get it, huh? Like, now it's all over. Like, you're finally like, you finally woke up when you've, you know, you're not going to wake up. I don't know. I may be reading a certain angle into this that may not be full on, but I do like this analysis at least. Or I kind of am intrigued by this sort of character that Tom's playing. At least now that I'm going further into their discography, it really seems like he has specific personalities attached to songs, and it doesn't even feel like, for instance, the Bends. I really feel like it's that's like from a perspective, like a real life perspective. But these albums, OK Computer and Onward, it just feels like there's tinges of real emotion, but there's a character being played, you know, that isn't him. Okay, we're not going to talk too much. We got to get to the next song, which, actually, you know what? Thinking about it now, the next song is Pyramid Song. That song is, you know, about death. So to be discussing this first song being about, like, someone finally dying and, like, you know, you sort of get to realize, too, that, okay, you died, but, like, you know, things are going to be left incomplete. You know what I mean? You didn't just like complete everything. There's going to be some confusion still, but at least the one thing that he is suggesting won't be confusing is that, you know, the blame isn't being shifted on me really for things. You know what I mean? This is, you're going to have to wake up and realize that you had a part to play, and the reason why this happened is because you weren't I don't know, you weren't having like the right lens on for it. I don't know. Pyramid Song. Woo! Woo! Jumped in the river, what did I see? A moon full of stars and astro. Wow, this wailing from him. A moon full of stars and astro cars. Figures I used to see. All my loves, but they're with me. Oh, I went to a little boy. It's weird, there's this like darkness to this, but also a light, like there's something beautiful about the way he's singing. Okay, it's going to break into Pulk Pole, and that's quite good as well, because I actually feel like Packt and then Pulk being in between, or, you know, with Pyramid Song being in between, it's sort of this good, like, connection with all of them, really. It flows very, very well. Damn, you can almost consider it one full song if you really wanted to. I don't even give a fuck. Okay, Pyramid Song is a really, really, really beautiful song. I really feel like there's a falling into the emotions with this one. There's just these haunting vocals there, and wow, the drums are, I think, some of the finest drum performances I've heard from Radiohead. Like really selling it to me. If anything, it kind of reminds me of that drum break-in with Exit Music a little bit. Still feel like I prefer that one, but that doesn't matter. Let's get into the lyrics here. Again, river. I've read something about this before, I believe, but you know, obviously the river he's talking about is the river Styx, which I'm not even sure what specific religion that is. I don't know if that's it's like a myth, like a very old type thing. You're supposed to, like, you know, you give gold coins to a boy, and that's how you cross, basically. Black-eyed angels swam with me, a moon full of stars and astral cars, and all the figures I used to see. Yeah, I do. What I find quite interesting about this song is when it gets into the all my lovers were there with me, all my past and futures, sort of like this suggesting that, you know, after death, sort of anything and everything that was important to your life is there. You know what I mean? Like, you were seeing your life laid out. You're already seeing in the first song sort of this life flash before your eyes. It's what's happening to this one person. Now suggesting for this person, right? Everything they kind of had to deal with, all their lovers, past and futures, right? So you're sort of you're seeing everything. And going into this last song before coming back is that there was nothing to fear, nothing to doubt. So, like, this sort of initial confusion of seeing all these things, but then so just giving up on that feeling, or finally kind of realizing that there was nothing to worry about. Like, you've kind of accepted that position, and you're not accepting that position in like some sad way, or, you know, obviously, right, nothing to fear. But, you know, there's like this initial shock of death, and I think what the initial shock of death is here is sort of just feeling everything, feeling all that really occurred in your life. You know what I mean? Like, all in one moment. Or you know, kind of realizing that experience that you just went through. And I really do think, again, there's not overly too much lyrics in this one. But obviously going with the line, "There was nothing to fear, nothing to doubt," at the end of this, or how slowly he kind of says it, like this much more of a relaxed or given in that kind of occurs. Yeah, it's really good. Sort of voice describing, you know, like literally doors and all the different like sort of automation that they do, like a purpose behind them. Very weird how it's describing it, right? Like, it's very it is not really human. Oh. It's just like breaking it. You're just constantly feeling it. And then so there's like some sort of whooshing that sort of like takes you through that journey as much as that. Cool. I'll fuck with this heavy. Come on. You think says that. another drum appearance by Phil that just absolutely sells it, absolutely kills it. And instead of you're really standing out vocally, it's in, this time coming in, okay. Very repetitive tracks here. Pyramid Song, it's just this intense, really emotional epic in a way. This song doesn't really compare, like, I feel like I'm losing this conceptual nature front of, like, the string between the songs right away, but this song, really short track. You really know it's going to be building up to that cymbal little area with Phil, so, okay. Yeah, so song is really starting off with some sort of taunting that's happening, like, are you really gonna be able to do that, like, you know, and then saying, like, you in whose army, so, like, who, you know, you think you're gonna, like, get the better of me, in a way, and then there's just some sort of imagery at the end, about riding tonight, ghost horses. I'm not really sure what the song's about, to be honest with you, or what this imagery of ghost horses is really trying to suggest, because the only thing now that I'm thinking is it's very, I don't know, maybe I'm thinking too much about all these songs together, because having Pyramid Song being this, like, song about death, and then having this sort of song about, you know, all the different reasons why doors are doing such things. I don't know, maybe it doesn't matter as much. Maybe it doesn't fully matter as much, like I'm not feeling this conceptual nature compared to OK Computer and Kid A. But this song alone, very nice, very quick song. To be honest though, I will say this song is the most easy to figure out structurally compared to other tracks I've heard from Radiohead. So that's maybe one criticism I can say right out the gate. Next song here is one of my favorite songs by them, easily one of my favorite songs by them. Let's go. But this is such a, makes it better, it really does. Whoa. Okay, I think my favorite song so far still is Pyramid Song, but I might be wrong, takes a second hit. Just, first off, that emotional hit, the last minute there, fucking kills. It really kills, but I really like that guitar that's in there. That just, Johnny completely sells that. This is a very energetic track. I don't think we've really had an well, Packt like Sardines is pretty energetic, but it's got this weird mood to it that doesn't make you feel like the franticness of it, but I feel like this one is really taking it to that level. This is a very weird project, I must say. You know, seems like I'm not sure how tight it is yet. I'm a little confused. Like I think the bends right out the gate feels like a tighter project still, but this already certainly has the more interesting tracks. You know what I mean? Lyrically, I don't know. Here, I might be wrong. I swore I saw a light coming on. I used to think there's no future left at all. I used to think, open up, begin again. Okay, wait 1 second. Let's go again. Let's go to the back, front here. So again, I guess we are seeing like a pessimism, or not a pessimism, but like a callback to a earlier time where this person really did think in a way that, just sort of the worst possible way, like the worst possible outcomes is what's going to come out of this. And the person does sort of dive into something a little bit more happier, right? Like, let's go down the waterfall, so let's go into this very, I feel like going down a waterfall would be a quite intense experience, very exciting. And in this exciting experience, just be in that moment, or at least think about the past, the good things that have happened in the past, and sort of take that sort of emotion behind it and live through that. Okay. But then discussing what would I do if I did not have you, open up and let me in. So you also are doing this with another person as well. This is a weirder project, I must say, where I'm not really able to tap into these songs as well as Kid A. This sound still reminds me of Kid A, but okay. Instrumentally, it's the cymbals that kind of hook me. The cymbals, and again, this album is just filled with just wailing lyricism, like wailing vocals from Tom. Not always. I feel like he doesn't really do that intensely on the last song, but certainly on Pyramid Song, and definitely on this one. And Morning Bell Amnesiac, we're gonna feel that in a different way, just based off of the backing. I want you to know he's not coming back. Look into my eyes. I'm not coming back. So, okay. So, Knives Out, Catch the Mouse. Don't look down. Show it in your mouth. If you'd been a dog, they would have drowned you at birth. Holy fuck, bro. You're not talking very nicely about this person. It's look into my eyes. It's the only way you'll know I'm telling the truth. Squash his head, put him in the pot. Well, I think to cook him up, I think this is maybe suggesting like this is, like you need to get rid of these certain feelings, or this attachment to this person. Like you have to get rid of this attachment, and so squash his head, put him in the pot. That's going full out. Okay, these are really weird tracks. I gotta be honest, I'm confused listening to these. This album is fucking odd. weird song. Really letting that guitar be very quiet in the back, but it kind of works. Texture-wise, I'm interested. I'm engaged by it the most, but I feel like this exit out here is a little bit anticlimactic. It's not, you know. I feel like this last 30 seconds is not entirely what it really should have been. I have respect for Dollars and Cents. Probably my third favorite on here, maybe. No, fourth actually. I'd say my songs I liked before this are I Might Be Wrong, Pyramid Song, Packed Like Sardines. Then Dollars and Cents though. Just a strange mood to this one. Strings coming out every now and again. That line that why can't you quiet down or why don't you quiet down is fucking eerie. Very weird. This ding 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 ding, that guitar there too. Okay, so what does he start this song off with? There are better things to talk about. Be constructive. There are weapons we can use. Be constructive with your blues. Okay, so there's this discussion or this fighting with someone. Be constructive is the main little message there, though. Like basically what this person is doing isn't really getting anywhere really. But be constructive with your blues. So some sort of you're using your emotion. You're not really getting to the point with your emotions, though. Okay. Then talking about weapons beforehand and talking about war games here. Why don't you quiet down? Maybe I want peace and honesty. Maybe I want to live in the children's land. Maybe wander the promised land. So this person here, this character here, is just fed up with the conflict. Bare bones, it's being fed up with the conflict and really wanting to just live in the most utopian type of place here. But almost suggesting that this person can be with them, like quiet down, we can be free, so like this person can enter into this. You don't live in a business world. We want our goals in a liberal world. Living in times when I can't stand it, babe. Very weird to go into this different sort of point of view of this person you're talking to is already kind of living outside of this this structured societal world that you're saying, or this person may be in some sort of conflict with the way they're living their life, but it's not because of that. But you are still saying that the way that this world has been structured is still been a reason why you've gotten to a certain place in life. But regardless, he's still seeing this in a pessimistic way. Like all of it is sort of connected to just the failure of humankind in a way, or that where it's leading at the end of the day. Even though there could be success now, it's the eventual conclusion is not really good. I don't know when that is or how long that is. We have dollars and cents and the pounds and pence and the mark and the yen, and yeah, we're gonna kill little sorrows. So very interesting to go into that, though. Sort of seeing that is your worth, right? Like, is those little things that get you further. And then suggesting that too, we're gonna kill little sorrows. So that money is able to, feed you a little bit, like your happiness a little bit, takes some burdens away, but it's also killing our little souls. So I respect this critique. And even going into that, we're going to cut your little souls. Very, very weird. Very weird. So in a way, money, like it gets into money by the end, but I'm thinking it's just really placing money in a way as like blocking us emotionally, blocking us sometimes from getting further in our mission as human beings. And it seems like this character is really trying to get someone else out of that. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'll fuck with it. Like spinning plates. This one, and 4-minute song that feels very light when it hits you, or it's so lulling, or you get stuck in it in the sense where I stop really thinking about much, and it's, wow. And I guess, the vocals are very drawn out, so that's why I feel like this pacing of this song feels a little bit different. While you make pretty speeches of being cut to shreds, you feed me to the lines, a delicate balance. And it just feels like spinning plates. Fucking weird song. Amnesiac has definitely been the hardest to sort of analyze or really know what's going on in my eyes. Like, Kid A, I was like, I knew how to pick that shit out. This one, I don't know. Being cut to shreds. Okay, but this feels like spinning plates. This person, wow, so this person's really, obviously putting you in a very, very terrible position, not thinking about you, kind of putting you on the spot and something, I don't know. I don't actually know what that means, but like what it makes me think of is something that's never ending. Something that's never ending, something that is kind of making you feel sick, It's like a ride you can't get off of, really. Our bodies floating down the muddy river. That's fucked up imagery to sort of have at the end, right? Just sort of, it's bodies at this point, right? He's not really talking about the people, it's just bodies floating down the muddy river. Yeah, lyrically, it's not even about it lyrically, or I feel like I'm not really getting enough to really feel that. It's much more just the performance behind Tom kind of gives that very creepy mood. It's very creepy. And then this very in and out sort of electronic sound, which again, from the electronics I've heard on this album, there's much of a variety for sure. I'm in trouble with love. understanding his confidence in this one. I don't know, he has so much different personalities he brings to an album sometimes. Last song on here, again, it's just so weird. This one I'm not feeling as, like these songs are really interconnected in comparison to the last three albums. I'm even putting the Bends in with this one, and you know, Pablo Honey feels like it's all songs that are interconnected, or not, sorry, that aren't interconnected. Like they really are just these like poppy grunge songs. But at the end of the day, those tracks like know the identity of, you know, it knows what it is. This album does not. I don't know. It doesn't really feel that way for me right out in the first gate. She's paper. Okay, so once again, I'm in trouble with my only friend. She's paper in the window pane. She's putting on a smile. Living in the glass house. My understanding of living in a glass house is, you know, living in something. Let me search it up. Actually, living in a glass house. I'm pretty sure this is a certain phrase. Like this isn't. Yeah. Like, there's a specific meaning. People who live in a glass house shouldn't throw stones. It used to say that people who have faults should not criticize other people. Okay. So like a hypocrisy, basically. This person, she's putting on a smile, but, you know, there's some sort of ignorance that she's putting this smile on with. Think of all the starving millions. Don't talk politics and don't throw stones, your royal highnesses. Your Royal Highnesses. I don't know if this is like, you know, saying this person's acting like they're of some royalty, or it's actually a criticism of the hypocrisy of someone who would be of higher stature. And then this person says, okay, they would like to talk, but someone's listening in. It's very weird. Like this sort of sense of paranoia that they can't really... But the will, of course, I like to sit around and chat seems like it's not real. Like, they definitely wouldn't want to. So, I don't know. You should turn the other cheek. Okay, I sort of get the message of this one a little bit. But at the end of the day, what am I getting from this album? Me trying to find something conceptual with this one was bad. A bad choice. Because I am not seeing it with this, really. What would I want to... This is maybe a 9 out of 10. Not a 9.5, I'd say. And I just feeling like it's messy. Like this project feels a little bit messy. Or I'm just feeling it like, or thinking about it in comparison, and I'm like, there is less life to some of the songs on here. I feel like Phil deserves a shout out. I feel like the drumming on this is what really sells. Emotionally, I feel like these last three albums, these songs are not the ones that have some sort of like very personal emotion to them. I'm not really feeling that all the way. I would say Pyramid Song, though, it stands out a little bit with that one. But this album, though, maybe getting the 9.5 just because I feel enough of a variety, maybe, is pretty cool. I don't have much to say about this one. It's kind of weird, eh? I don't have to come back to this to give you guys a final score, but interestingly enough, this is the first time out of the 5 re-listens where I'm thinking, I want to listen to this again. It's like based out of my own curiosity of what this experience really was. Because this is an odd album. This feels, and I'm even putting Pablo Honey in this feels like the least structured out of all their projects. Hail to the Thief, or actually, no. Least structured. I don't know about King of Limbs. I have to come back to that one. That one I'll have to take out because I'm not sure. But In Rainbows, Moon-Shaped Pool, and Hail to the Thief, I know that those have better structures than this. I can already tell. So I don't know why that is. But regardless, pretty cool stuff. Lyrically, I'm not sure if this is really grasping at certain socio-political themes like they were really digging at. So I feel like this is kind of, like if I was listening to this in 2001, I would be kind of disappointed, only because of what I was just recently given. If I was caring about the lyricism back then, I still think, regardless, this is quite impressive, you know what I mean? Like, having some sort of disappointment is only because it's Radiohead, you know what I mean? Any other band makes this type of album, you'd be like, fuck yeah, like, oh shit, like, this is fucking good. So, whatevs. Cool. Alright. If there's anything else you want to see me re-listen to, you already know what the deal is. Re-listen to. If there's anything else you want to listen, if there's anything you want to see me listen to, you just put a comment down below. That's all you need to do. Yeah, thank you for watching. Next Radiohead video, Radiohead re-listen is Hail to the Thief. Yeah, okay. Peace out.